Good day, gentlemen and ladies. The subject of my video today is the maintenance of my battery install of my Mahindra eMax 20s HST tractor. Alright, so stick around. I'm going to show you how I do that yearly inspection, because it is very important. A battery installed on a tractor or ATVs or anything that go off-road, it's subject to a lot of various type of vibration, shock, uh, thermal also, various thermal temperature. So it's very important, at least once a year you have a good look at it, and the best way to have a good look at it is to visually inspect it. Alright, under, on the top, side, stuff like that. Now on the Mahindra itself, it's tough going because the battery is right there, so I can have access to the top, but to see in the back you need to remove it. So yes, stick around. I'm gonna show you that everything. All right, cheers. Now the first thing you need to do is to disconnect the post, the battery post. So in order to disconnect, the positive side is to unscrew, and you don't want to contact the screw. So I recommend that you remove the front screen of your radiator. So just leave up the lid, give yourself the space so you can remove your the front screen. Oh, it's kind of short. Let's do that like this. There we go. Lovely. Put that aside. By the way, before winter I oil it. During the summer just dry it. So I'm gonna pass a nice rag, so make sure it's dry, okay? You don't want this, well, it's act like a filter, but oil definitely will gum up with the dust, so yeah. Alright, so then what you need to do is disconnect the battery post here. When you're playing with batteries, make sure you have the protective equipment, eyeglass, gloves. Of course, I was supposed to disconnect the ground before or whatever. I just take my time. All right, so let's try to. There we go. So now the ground, the positive is removed. Let's put the side like that. Now, in order to have access to the other side, stick around because you have to remove the protective shield. All right. Yes, this is the front grill of the radiator. So all the dust, it's not gonna clog up the radiator of the engine. So what I do at fall, I oil it so it doesn't corrode because it's exposed with snow dust, and with the warming of the engine it then will melt. So yes, I put a light coat of oil, but during the summer I remove all the oil. Same thing like my snowblower basically, or anything exposed with cold temperature when I bring it inside also. So yeah, I just gonna remove this, the much oil as I could, so that way in the summer it's not gonna stick too much with dust. It's gonna be easier to clean, and it make your oil is always good, except during the summer. Like same thing under my tractor, I remove all the excess oil so the dust, the sand and dirt doesn't stick, because oil attracts dust. All right, so that's why my front grille it's not corroded, because I keep it oily during the winter time. Okay, so that's a trick for you to remember. Now, in order to have access, like I told you, just stick around, don't get sick. All right. So you need to remove the grill on each. There's three bolts. They're 10mm nuts to remove. So I'm gonna take my set here. The extension, 10mm. I hope you soak See that? So I'm going to go on the other side. Oh, I can do that right here. Oh. What going on? There's something wrong with that ratchet. By the way, this is Stanley, brand spanking new, and it's failing on me. That's amazing, trust me. I just bought that. Holy smoke! What a piece of... Alright, be back. So this is a Mastercraft. Alright, so it was 10 millimeter. So let's unscrew that. Yeah, seriously, I just bought that ratchet. It was 3 ratchet from Stanley, good price. But definitely I'm gonna return that that one. Or maybe something wrong with it, but there's 3 bolts to remove. Now this one is a bit tricky because it's behind the hydraulic control. Alright, just I completely forget to tell you is before playing with the battery, remove the keys out of the tractor, put the white cap, put your keys on the seat or somewhere safe. That way you're not making any contact. Now to remove the front screen, just put on the side like this and just lift up straight up. Like so. Alright, now this is the foot plate. As you can see the dogs, the dog's hair here. Alright, so that thing sucked the air, then go through the battery, and then the other screen I just cleaned. And this one at fall, I also put an oil coat. So later on, I'm not gonna show you that, but what I do, because of the, definitely that one gets stuck with a lot of dust. I've got small dust, and what I do is I put oil at the fall for the same reason, and at the springtime I remove all the oil, or I try with a good rag. So, and also the oil keep these parts not rusting. Now the plate here, this is a spring loaded, so yes, these things, and it's right under the battery. So if for some reason the battery spilling of the electrolyte fluid, the battery cell fluid, it will go right on there. So that's why I let a little bit oil on it, so it's protecting. And look at my battery maintenance, there's no corrosion, it's not spilling, so it's very important. Alright, so I'm just gonna pass a light right like this and put that aside, like here, and we're on business. Now I'm gonna try to find a way to put the camera so you folks can see what I'm doing down there. Alright, so in order to remove the battery here, stuff going, there's 2 straps on each side. So there's one strap here, and you just pull it down. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the strap right there. Alright, so I'm just gonna, of course it's a bit dirty, but that's the strap there, and there's another one on the other side. Just hold on. So there's another strap on the other side, and you just put it out like this. And what that strap does, it keeps the battery attached in one place. Oh, there's one bolt in here, so I would put it with my ratchet set. Alright, so when the battery is loose, then you can gently lift it and put it back, so you have a better access to the ground. I'm just gonna attach it, and you should be able here we go. So the ground is removed, then you can remove the cell. Alright, Once the cell is removed, don't put your face like over it like I did. Just put the battery in a safe place for now, in a high ground, okay? Stick around. Alright, in order to prevent any type of corrosion from spilling or vibration, cutting down the vibration, I put a rubber mat. I made myself a rubber mat, and look at that. What it does, it's basically acting like a drip tray, a rubber drip tray. So if anything spills, it will stay on that. So you see that there, and I'm gonna clean it a little bit longer. Everything is fine, it's still rubberized. I see there's that they had some spill because there's the white stuff in there. But other than that, it went really good. I'm just gonna put that aside. Now on the top here, this is a sport tray. And what I've done is I put a nice coat of oily grease, and hey, that coat is still there. So however, what I'm going to do is clean it, okay? So I'm just gonna remove all the grease out of there and stick around, all right? All right, folks. So after cleaning it, I discovered that I had corrosion. So red alert! The corrosion appeared here at the top and a little bit on the forward. Well, I can give you that is when, of course, the tractor have a tendency to lift the front, so maybe the spilling. Well, it's not maybe. It's we can see the acid of the battery, the electrolyte, went down and drip here. The good news here is everything is fine under here because I literally that rubber mat catch everything except it must spill a little bit on the side, but other than that everything is good. So what I will going to do is right away I clean everything with acetone because it's make sure it's a well ventilated area. So glove, safety glass, contact off, all the safety thing, your PPE or whatever you call it. So this I'm gonna take the time to clean it very well. I already inspect all my wires, electric wire, everything is good. However, I'm gonna remove the rust, sand it, put a little coat of paint, and then I'm gonna put a nice coat of, this time I'm gonna put synthetic grease only, no oil. And yes, definitely. But I'm happy. That's why what you do is a 1 year inspection because things can go sour very fast. With acid battery, you don't. I mean, yes, the plate is really thick, but I like to do a good maintenance on my tractor, keep it rust free. All right. So all right, stick around. Oh, sorry about that. One thing I completely forgot to mention mention to you. For the Mahindra eMax 20s HST tractor is since you remove the front guard, it's for the filter. Have a good look at your primary fuel filter. That primary fuel filter is for removing, to separating the there's a little strainer, but the main purpose of this is a fuel filter. Just hang around. All right, the main purpose of that filter is for water separator. It's a water separator. Have a good look, everything is clean. There's no water. If they had the water, you see that red line, this, if you had water, that line is made of plastic, it will raise up because it's made like this. But right now I serviced it last fall, everything is good, clean, is really clean. And I also do my since the secondary filter is just beside the engine, I always have a look at it. So since you're there, on the left side, that's where the primary fuel filter. It's very well protected. I have to say Mahindra are very smart about that. Now the paint here, you can see I'm gonna put several coat of it to make sure it's a good protection. Well, I fixed it. I took a pause. With all that vapor of that acetone cleaning that battery support. So basically I unscrew the 2 screws there. I open it, and basically the spring will keep the ratchet from left to right was the spring was not fully engaged and it disengaged itself. That pushed the ratchet mechanism, and then when you put it on the other side. So easy fix. It must have been a Monday morning special or a Friday afternoon special. But now it's fully back in action, so it pays to just take 2 minutes, remove those 2 screws, look inside, investigate, and yeah, it was a matter of the spring loaded was not fully seated, and the plate pushing the ratchet mechanism, the half moon around this, was not there. All right, so let's go back on rusting my plate. All right, folks, so with my horse dental cleaning tool or Dremel on testosterone, I managed to remove all the rust for the battery plate support, and later on I will paint it with my famous black paint, no yellow in this time. So I'm very happy that I cut up this one fast, because thing can go really bad. Thankfully, Mahindra make a great steel plate, very thick. It's 1/4 inch thick, so that's why it's you can it's not it's well made. All right, so let's go back to the battery. All right, folks, so for the cleaning, the inspection of the cell, be aware that the cell contains liquid called I forget the name. It's very flammable, and it's also it's acid, so there's a sign in here like it's acid for the hand, so make sure you have your glove protective glasses, and also it's corrosive, so you have to make sure then it's well seated. So I put it over my trusty bench. I also put a rubber pad under. I visually inspect everything around. I look at under it side to side. I look for cracks. I look for if the battery inflated or it's not flat surfaces, because that's a sign of decay inside the battery. Everything is flat. Everything is good. Be aware then. I still try to find that word. That word I will make sure it's right there. I said it when I remove it. I'm very bad with it. So when you remove the covers for the maintenance battery, just to make sure that you take your time, you very slowly, gently, and then you put it on the side like this. This I can tell right now, it's already full. And all the cell, you don't put your face over it, but all the cell are plenty, already full. So now I'm gonna do the other one very slowly, and look at that, it's already full on that side too, and I can see all the cells are filled up. Now what I'm going to do with a clean rag, I'm just gonna wipe out the excess of the cell. This one appears to be a little bit empty, but what I will do now, to replenish it, you need to use distilled water. Now my distilled water, I don't buy it, I take it directly from my dehumidifier. This is the same as the distilled water. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of a funnel and I'll be back. So now this is my funnel. I just put it like this, and you don't need to overfill it. You just barely a little bit. You get yourself at least about 1/2 inch from the top, and this one, there we go. I think I have more on the side. Yeah, this one is perfect. All right, so we see maybe I put 2 tablespoons. I wipe out the excess. Now the cup, you can wipe up also the excess. This be aware, this is acid. So yes, the rag is gonna be probably kaput after I'm done with the rag. This is the vent hole of each hole, and the vent hole are venting here, where on the top at 12 o'clock. This is the where it vent. So yes, it's very important and it's not blocked. Same thing with this cover. So the vent is right there. So I'm just gonna do a quick sweep. You don't blow air blow in there because something, I mean, it's acid, so be careful. Make sure you have the proper glove, safety glass. There we go. So I'm just gonna put it on the side like this. Now, for the charging, be aware, warning. The battery and the charger, I put the charger there, but it's gonna be at least 3 feet of distance. So I'm just gonna put it like this on the side. Now the battery charger need to be higher than the battery cell. Why? Because when I'm starting to I will be starting to charge the cell will produce explosive vapor. All right. Sorry for my words today, I'm very bad. Flammable vapor, all right? So of course this is electricity. The clips also, so make sure there's a good safe distance. The battery, as long as it's lower than this and a good safe distance. So right now I've got about 2.5 feet. So I'm gonna go back up a little bit more, like this, and then sit like that, all right? And that will be good. Now, the reason I'm gonna charge it, because now the last week or so, I've been using extensively. We have a various snowstorm, but now the defrost cycle is started. It was yesterday, Saturday. We were the Saturday, the 7th of April. It was like blistering cold. Went up to 60 miles per hour. I mean, it was windy. Now today it went above 5 degrees Celsius, and now it's already at -1, but very sunny. It was a perfect day today for learning something that I will tell you later on. All right, now that rag is obviously full of acid, so I'm going to leave it on the ground right now. Now, before connecting the power, I'm just going to make sure I identify the positive. So I've got the positive in here. What I will do, however, I'm going to turn on slowly the battery, rotate it 100 degrees, make sure it's more stable than that. Let's say, no. All right, now I get the negative in here, then I get the positive in here. Very well attacked, very well here. All right, now I'm going to put the power on. Alright, I don't know if you can see me, but the power from here to here, at least I'm about 3 feet. Now I make sure that I have on 12 volt. Here, I'm not starting it, I'm just doing a normal charge. There's the cycle, so standard, conventional, and low maintenance. The other one is maintenance free and deep cycle, which is not. Deep cycle is marine battery. So the thing is set up. Now I'm just gonna connect it, so at least the spark is furthest away from the battery. And there we go. Now I'm looking at my gauge. The gauge telling me that it's charging very, very slowly, and that's what I do. So it's charging right now, and everything is doing what it's supposed to do. So I have 2 amps and I have 15 amps. I'm going to go on the 2 amps. I don't want to put it on 15 amps. So let's see if I put it at 15 amps. Yeah, it's doing fine. So alright. So I'm just going to step away from the battery. Now, when you are charging the battery, make sure you're on well ventilated area. Make sure there's no open flame. Again, it's flammable, so there's a safe distance between the charger and also the battery, and that should be it. All right, now to reinstall the battery. Before that, I will have to wait for the paint to dry out and see two things happen. First of all, I fixed my brand new ratchet wrench, which was a Monday special or a Friday afternoon special too, but it's fixed now. I discovered rust, like it was deeply rusted, so now it's fixed. So that's why doing an yearly inspection, it doesn't hurt. I mean, I'm doing it. It's been I will have that tractor at the end of the fall 5 years, so now it's 4 years and a half, and I just discovered that. Last year it didn't have none. When I installed the horn, I removed the battery. I made a battery video when I installed the horn also, and they had no corrosion. So yeah, so within a year. And I know the following, last summer I played a lot when I redone my front walk, concrete pad walk, and I know I play like top and left, and also I helped my neighbor with the big root, so the tractor had a up and down, let's say, and that's probably what caused that. All right, so I'm gonna keep a look every 6 hours or so and see how it does, and yeah, to reinstall it, I'm just gonna put carefully. I'm gonna disconnect the battery charger, put the caps on, okay, then reinstall everything. I think you can figure out, but just remember, when you're gonna reconnect the positive battery, make sure you're not touching any ground. The way the tractor is set up, the negative is in the back, so I will put the battery, connect the positive, and the last I'm gonna put it the ground. What I should have done at the beginning is remove the screen, then disconnect the ground, then remove the positive. Okay, it's safer like that. So always remove the ground first from the battery, then remove the positive. Okay, I hope you like my video. It's one of those maintenance where you need to be very careful. It's the electrolyte, that's the word I was looking for. It's very flammable. You need to be using your gloves, safety. Baking soda on the side, if you do a spill, throw baking soda right away over the acid. That will eliminate the acidity of the battery. Just for your knowledge, I spent a couple of months on aircraft battery cell building, because we used to service our battery in some bases. I think they're gonna start redoing that, because it's quite expensive. So we used to do that ourselves. Okay, now some base they kept that facility. All right, so enough said. Now please be careful with the battery. Acid is very corrosive, like you saw. So all right. So I hope you like my video again. For those Mahindra tractor owner, but also all the tractors, because remember, ATVs, side-by-side tractors, even Jeeps, you know, when you go off-road, things go up and down quite fast, and the vibration. So that's why the battery, it's very important to inspect it yearly, because the crack can happen, and heavier the battery is, better quality. That's something I always remember. If your battery is late compared to another one, it's lightly made, and the quality is not there. This one is very heavy for his size. Trust me, it's well built. Okay. All right. Cheers. Bye. One thing I forgot to mention to you, this is an automatic charger, so there's various options, but it's not. This one will not renovate. I mean, there's some charger right now on the market. Well, there have been a couple of years now. They're playing with the frequencies, and the cell plays inside with the frequencies. It's basically removing all the it's helping the battery to recharge higher than this battery charger will attend. They play with the frequencies, and I won't say the name of here in Canada. It's I forget the name of that, but they basically with the voltage, with the frequencies, it's this removing the sulfate, desulfating. I don't know if it's an English word, but basically the sulfate on the top of the cell. Please do help me on that. But I mean, on the net you will find what I'm talking about. And these battery chargers are very expensive, but it's working. It's they're very good, especially for RVs. They're very good for that. Okay, so that would be probably one of my investment. But I mean, a normal battery charger are outstanding. The automatic one are better because it's not gonna overcharge your battery, causing problem. This one, after so much, it's been they will cycle it, like if it's discharged, whoop, they're gonna put it on and then off. All right, so okay, cheers.